Suck my balls, Kyle. No! No, he has to suck my balls!
You like to suck my balls, don't deny it.
Oh, suck my balls, you ginger Jew rat hall monitor! Punk-ass stoolie, who the f*** do you think you are? Suck my balls, K-10. That's right, suck my Canadian balls! Suck my balls! No, you suck my balls! Thanks, everybody. Suck my balls! Yeah, whatever, you can suck our balls. Suck my balls, 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 suck my balls.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Yes. Yes!
Is it better that way?
I don't know. Go ahead, talk.
Is it better that way?
Oh yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both have
Can't see you, but if you want to remove the thing, you can.
I like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Suck My Balls. I shake my balls. I shake my balls. I shake my balls. Part 2. Recording number 2.
Suck my balls.
It seems to be a recurring theme here now on the Suck My Balls podcast. We're not hitting record when we started.
You know, shit happens when you're born naked, all right?
Shit happens when you're born naked. But we're back again for another edition. I'm your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm a guy who's high where the air is dry. Your boy, MSG. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew_Chapter. Each and every week, I'm joined by guys who look to reach for the stars. They look within themselves and develop consciousness, morality, as well as they look to make you laugh. Hopefully, on this episode of Suck My Balls Review. The guy in the background singing that is one of our guests today. But before we get to him, ladies and gentlemen, of course, coming back to the podcast as he does each and every week, the Tombow, the Scoopser.
We're back. That's right. This is another episode of Suck My Balls, brought to you by your boys. And that's right, we do have a special guest today.
But before we get to him, we also want to shout out to our boy, Dr. Dirty
Joe Vernola.
Dirty Joe Vernola. He's not really a doctor, but in our mind he is.
He is.
He's a doctor in our souls. He's a doctor in our souls. I don't know what you just said there. Dirty JV. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the podcast, he joined us on for the episode of Chip Pokemon, not Chipmunk Town.
Stop looking at me.
I like Chipmunk Town.
Chipmunk Town. I want you to take me to Chipmunk Town. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way back, Gerard Dela Cruz.
Hey, thanks, guys. It's really fun to suck balls. And when you guys sucked my balls last time, it really led me on to believe that, it's a reciprocated feeling that I could come onto an episode and then potentially suck your balls. And then, maybe I can plug in the 10-Man Podcast at the same time.
That's not too bad. I feel like you're working your way up, making your way downtown, across the towns.
Rocking
with you.
It's actually a really good episode too, right? Like, I know we discussed this off air, but basically, I used to do the dancings, like like the Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies.
Like when you're a brown skinned kid in LA and you're not like doing something musical, like
what are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life? No, I'm just kidding. You gotta like do sports or something.
I do sports, actor, get out and do something.
You don't want to be quiet. You don't want to be the quiet Asian kid because then they could think you don't know how to speak the English.
Oh yeah.
Then you get picked on, and then you get called Chino.
Wow, these are dark times.
Chino.
These are dark times.
And I was like, bro, I'm not even Chinese. It doesn't matter. You look like it.
Damn.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Boo for me.
Wow, that's fucked up.
No,
The trials of a young man named Gerard Dela Cruz. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this sounds like you got F'd and A. Well, the boys are about to get F'd and A here on this edition of South Park, as Rome alluded to there. It's a parody of the classic dance movie, You Got Served.
You got served.
aka Marcus Houston, aka B2K.
B2K.
Right? If you guys don't know those two guys, then you just not in the hip hop scenes in the 2000s.
Yeah, the 2000s.
Wasn't there a couple you got served? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
That's Bring It On.
Stomp the Yard.
Bring It On also had multiple.
No, Bring It On.
Bring It On was an amazing movie.
The original.
Yeah, the first one? Oh, fuck yeah.
It just got brought.
It just got brought.
It's like, whoa. It's true, but like, you know, like as a white guy in this movie, for You Got Served, I do get pumped when the white guy goes.
Oh, yeah, no. The white dudes in the movie, the reason why they're in there is because they be doing that breakdancing thing that the black dudes don't want to do.
Well, no, he just had a really good line. He goes, y'all just judge because today you suckers got served. Like, I remember when he said that in the movie, and I was like, yeah.
The protagonist.
Yeah, the protagonist. I like the protagonist.
These are actually cool.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, never mind.
Like, hey man, like that choreography, I don't know if they can dance in real life, but those moments that you caught in those instances, in that like 2 seconds of that Karate Kid swan kick thing, bros, we got you. Got you.
Well, this episode is about dancing. It's the 4th episode of season 8 and the 115th episode overall. We should mention this is Suck My Balls episode number 118. That's right. We are
118.
118. We're up to. We're rounding up to 120. But in this episode, Stan gets served. Well, I mean, him and his friends really get served, but Stan's the one, I guess, more or less is going to take it to heart. And it's up to him to put together a team now of South Park's best dance crew to compete against a troop from the OC, Denver, or California, or Colorado, Orange County, Colorado, which is a real county. It's very odd. So this episode starts out with the boys are hanging out. They're playing with their RC cars. A group of kids from Orange County arrive and dance in front of them. And then, of course, saying, we served you. Boys now being confused, they're going to head over to Chef's house. So we're going to start this episode off by showing you what happens when these boys, well, then they get served.
Hey, who are those kids?
Walk up.
Just throw it down the boombox.
Yeah, how you like that, y'all? Let's bring it to these losers. Aw, yeah. What you got, huh?
What you got, huh?
Damn! You just got served. Yeah! Aw, man. Oh, he got you too. Now that shit is getting served. Oh, man, look at them. They know they can't trip to that. Yeah, we're out of here. That was smoking. They didn't do nothing. Sorry, y'all, but try not to let it sting too bad. Come on. Yeah, nothing.
Come on.
Let's go, y'all. Come on, y'all. What the hell just happened?
So, yeah, they got served. Now, you pointed something else out that was pretty funny last time.
It was definitely hilarious how like at this point in time, like when you're watching this episode for the first time, you don't even pay attention to the characters. But as I watch it, like now, right, as I watch this queued up scene, like I'm noticing nothing but minority dudes and like one girl, right? It looks like an Asian guy, like 2 black kids, and like maybe 2.
Are you sure that chick I think in the red, I think it's a chick.
No, it's a dude.
It's a dude?
Around. Yeah, you got served.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know,
Yeah, 2022. I don't know.
I thought at first it was
we're both right.
We're both right.
Anyways, there's just all minorities, and I'm pretty sure at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew, we've never seen these people.
No,
right?
never. This is the first time they've ever been on the episode of something. It's pretty funny, yeah, that they just introduce these characters. Well, moving on from there now, Stan decides he's got to go to his trusty adult aid, or the boys at least. They kind of go to the same guy every time when they have issues, and that being their school cafeteria caterer. I don't know what you call him, lunch person. What's his job? Lunch man.
He's the chef.
Chef. He's a chef. He's a chef. He's a school chef. Yeah, there you go. See, I was trying to set you up.
like legitimately.
He's a chef. He's a chef. So anyway, so they go to Chef's house, and Chef, of course, is there to oblige and explain to them what getting served is all about.
Chef, we just got served.
Oh boy. Come on inside, children. I'll make you some cocoa.
Make you some cocoa.
Have a seat, children. Just try to relax and breathe. Are you all okay?
You're all okay?
Yeah?
All right. Now, where did you get served?
Over at the True Value parking lot. It was just these kids we never saw before showed up, and they were like really good dancers, and we don't really understand what it means, but I guess...
Okay. Relax, children. Relax. It's all over now.
Just try to calm down and sit tight. I'm going to call your parents and let them know you're okay. Mrs. Marsh? Hi, it's Chef. Yeah, I'm good. Listen, Stan and his friends just got served.
Oh, with True Value.
Yeah, with the True Value. No, he's fine.
Oh, he's fine.
They're all fine. Yeah, with some kids from out of town. Apparently they were pretty good dancers. They really let them have it.
So before we play this next scene here, because this part's funny too. So now Stan makes the family Stan's mom makes a special like dinner for him, right? Because he got served. Like, here you go, Stanley. I made your favorite, right? And then his dad's gonna be like, "What the hell's wrong? And, what's going on? Was you have a bad day?" Well, Stan kind of had a bad day. He got served, and his dad goes, "Well, did you dance back?"
As you do.
So he's going to end up teaching him how to dance back in the white person way, that being country step, two-step.
Don't break my heart.
Don't break my heart. My achy, breaky heart. You just don't think you'd understand. So let's go. We're going to open up here and we're going to show that scene.
Here, Stanley, I made your favorite potato dish. I want you to feel better, okay?
What's the matter with him?
Oh, Stan got served at school today.
You got served? By who?
Some kids from Orange County.
Let's not make a big deal out of it.
So what'd you do? Did you dance back?
No.
What, you got served and just stood there and took it?
That was the right thing to do.
No, that's crap, Sharon.
No, it's
Stanley,
crap,
when
Sharon.
somebody challenges you to dance, you have to dance back at them, or else they'll think you're weak.
But Dad, I don't know how to dance or nothing.
Well, then it's about time you learn. Put on some loose-fitting clothes and meet me in the garage.
But Dad...
Now!
When I just love that part. That's crap, Sharon.
That's crap, Sharon.
I like how it's like on the same level of getting beat up and not defending yourself.
Right.
You gotta learn how to fight. No. You don't have to learn how to fight. You need to learn how to dance, man. Right now. Right now. Serve them back.
We're going out to the garage. Here, now they're at the garage.
Matching
Dancing is
sweatsuits.
all about a frame
Matching
of mind.
sweatsuits.
Now, I'm not telling you to go around challenging other kids to dance, but
But when they challenge you, you just look them straight in the eye and give them this.
Just don't think you'd understand.
Come on, Stan.
and if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill me.
6, 7, 8.
All right,
6,
so
7, 8.
you get the point there. So excellent dance and stuff like that.
Come on, Stan.
Now, of course, this escalates very quickly here in the town of South Park, as normally it does. As they only have 22 minutes per episode. So in the very next scene, now that Stan knows how to dance, well, it's on.
It's on.
Because he's going to be approached by those OC dancers once again. So let's see what happens when those dancers show up and they're like, "Oh, y'all want some more of this burn?" All right, here we go.
Well, what we got here? It's the white boys that got served yesterday.
You
Want a little more,
Is that a girl or a boy?
We're not interested, thanks. You're not interested? Not interested in this?
You can't step to my group, so don't
Oh,
It's a dude. It's a dude.
burn with my bike, so don't light it. I'm on the OC crew, and I'm better than you. You like to suck my
Oh, Lord, look at those moves.
All these minorities just show up out of nowhere.
Like all the black people in town just came out of nowhere.
Look at that.
Lord.
Yes, sir.
I like how Cartman's like trying to get away from this kid. Like, get away from me. Stan changes the CD here. And they're all in shock.
I'm sorry.
I like the reaction. The reaction's great, though. They're into it, too.
Oh, no.
Chef now runs up.
Stop, Stan. You don't know what you're doing.
The spin move at the end.
You just got effed in the A. What? Yeah, you got served. Yeah, that's right.
No.
Okay,
That's
all right. We got served.
We got you.
So now, I guess, it's on.
It's on.
Oh, it's on.
What? This Saturday, our top 5 dances against your top 5 dances. OC Convention Center. It's on. Oh, it's on. It's on.
Oh, damn it. I knew that was going to happen.
All right, so Rome, your thoughts here on watching this episode. First of all, I know you want to point it. I just thought it was hilarious too. All these black characters have never been in the show, so they just came out of nowhere.
None of them.
Okay.
None of them.
Not
Only
even
chef.
Token's parents we see like here.
We don't even see the blacks.
I don't even think Token's in this episode, is he?
No, why wasn't he even in the episode? Why didn't he get approached throughout this whole episode of Dance?
Right?
He got the snub.
The only black kid in their South Park Elementary.
He could have been the Phantom. 50,
Yeah,
he could have been.
Like, I'm just throwing that out there. Like, that would have been some street cred.
You know, like Faith +1. Just lay down the baseline, Token.
Now, as a dancer, has this ever happened to you? Were you ever challenged in the streets by peeps?
Oh yeah, man. Like, straight up, man. That's what you're supposed to do, right? No, but basically, it's usually at like events held, right? So basically, it's not really like a quote unquote random encounter. It's like you're like specifically somewhere to get challenged, and then you know, in that instance,
It's like rap battles. You go to a rap battle and
sign
okay.
up types thing.
You don't just go out on the street and challenge
Yeah,
people.
I mean,
Let's maybe
more sense than that.
I mean, maybe
We're dancing, boy.
maybe now in 2022 as a viral stunt, like if you knew that where the dancer was going to be, like let's say you're in the same town, maybe you like show up with your camera crew and be like, "Let's dance," and the other guy would probably be like,
with the publicity angle, definitely.
Yeah.
But like if you're just trying to street cred, like
"No,
it's-
no, that's stupid."
That's
the reason why we were dancing was so we didn't have to fight. Otherwise, we'd just go up and just fight each other.
fuck you, bro.
That's a fair assessment. Well, now it's on. So now the boys are going to learn pretty fastly, or Stan's going to learn pretty fast here what it means when it's on, and he's going to go home. This is great though when he goes home and he tells Randy, Sharon's like, "Oh, Stan danced back. Oh, what happened? It's on." So like, just like how everybody in the scene knows what it means when it's on.
Yeah, everybody else but the boys.
Everybody else.
Everybody else.
Well, nice going, Randy. Really great advice you gave our son here.
What?
Those kids showed up to serve Stan again, and he danced back.
So what happened?
It's on.
Stan.
Now we're going to see the crew practicing. They're getting ready.
Getting set up like it's just like the biggest thing.
The funny thing about this is that, like, in the movie, the OC dance crew is actually legit.
Yeah.
Good. Now watch that timing, QT.
All right. Yeah, badass. Yeah, that was tight.
Not bad, kids. Not bad.
Not bad. South Park doesn't stand a chance. I heard that.
All right, it was good. But we don't want good. We want pain.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Hi, my name's Randy Marsh. I'm Stan Marsh's father.
Oh, so you're the father of the boy who's gonna get F'd in the A on Saturday.
Damn.
Listen, it was my fault that Stanley served your boys the other day. I told him to do it, and well, look, I just came down here to tell you it's not on.
Oh, it's on.
No, it's not on.
Ooh, it's on, all right.
It isn't on. Nothing's on. It's off.
It's on.
I'm keeping my son home Saturday. I just came by to let you know so you can put a stop to all this. Goodbye.
Hold up.
Hold on a second, Clamhead. You think you can just roll in here and tell us it's not on when it very clearly is on? You're just trying to make us not practice, aren't you? Because you know that your kids are going down when my kids give them this. Give me some moves, Agility.
Check this out.
Yeah, you like that?
Ooh, man. Oh, Lord. Ooh, he is getting served.
He got moves, but dang.
Now he's at the hospital. All right, so before we go on here, Randy's in the he's been served so bad that now he's in the hospital. So this is what sets it up. Like Stan's going to come in and he's all going to be like, "Yeah, Stan, I bet you really want to give those OC kids everything you got now." And Stan's like, "Fuck." Like, so now he's going to have to dance in honor. Have you ever danced in the honor of someone else's name?
You know, that's not really necessary on the streets, right? No. I mean, I assume that under the impression that you have to dance in someone's honor, you're not dancing. You're fighting. Like I said, we're dancing so we don't have to fight.
All right, so let's play a little quick snippet here of this, and then we're going to go to the next part here because Stan's going to have to assemble a team.
Randy, Randy, oh my God!
What happened to him, Doctor? He got served. Worst I've ever seen.
Old fool went down to the OC to try to reason with the other team. And he got served up something fierce.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
His dancing was so fast, I couldn't do anything. His moves were so original, so inventive.
Shh, relax, Mr. Marsh.
We just got the x-rays back. He mostly got served here and here. But the worst serving was here in the pelvis region. The road to recovery will be a long one.
Boy, you must really want to take it to those Orange County kids now, huh, Stan?
Stan?
You kidding? Stan's probably ready to pounce on them after what they did to his father.
I don't know. He seems all right.
I can only imagine the rage that's building inside you, Stan. I bet you can't wait to outdance those OC bastards. Stan? Stan?
Yeah, I'm right here, Dad.
Stan, listen to me. I don't want you feeling like you have to do that competition now to avenge me.
Okay, good.
But I know I can't stop you from doing it. So all I can say is, give him hell, son.
Give him hell. 8 Mile song. Ah, crap.
God damn it.
God damn it. So now he's going to go through the town of South Park and he has to assemble a team of dancers, obviously because, none of his friends are dancers and they can't do it. So the very first thing he does is he shows up and he talks to the goth kids. Now, I like this scene here because all the goth kids are like, no. And then one of the goth kids is like, I'm so... you'll see it. It's great.
Cool, because there's this competition on Saturday, and I have to find the very best dancers in South Park to be on my crew. My friends can't do it because they suck ass, so will you be in my dance troupe?
Dance troupe? Please. We don't dance like Britney and Justin wannabes at school.
Conformist.
Goth kids dance to express pain and suffering. Yeah, the only cool way to dance is to keep your hands at your sides and your eyes looking at the ground. Then every 3 seconds you take a drag on your cigarette.
They're dancing all in unison now. Dragging a cigarette, flipping their hair.
Okay, that'll work fine. Listen, there's a dance competition this Saturday, and I need good dancers so I don't get served.
No way. Dancing is something you do alone, in your room at 3 in the morning.
Please, you guys, our whole town's reputation is at stake. Won't any of you do it?
I'm not doing it. Being in a dance group is totally conformist.
Conformist.
Yeah, I'm not conforming to some dance-off regulations. I'm not doing it either. I'm the biggest nonconformist of all.
I'm such a nonconformist that I'm not going to conform with the rest of you. Okay, I'll do it.
Great!
Well, I think we just got put in our place.
Yeah, we just got golf served.
We just got golf served.
He's so meta. This guy who's not a nonconformist because, he branched out into a different realm of thinking and consciousness that he's better than his friends, and his friends realize it.
They just got put in their place. They got goth served. So now, here we go. The prototypical find the kid who can do Dance Dance Revolution to join their crew.
Oh, man. Back in 2002, boy, we had this place called 8 on the Break. Oh, man. The DJ game, where you actually have, the spin and the DJ, and then Dance Dance Revolution and ITGX or something like that. I was actually pretty good. At Dance Dance Revolution. Though I couldn't feel the beat on the techno songs, but all the reggae songs, I fucking nailed.
Yeah, were you so good that you had your own dance pad at home?
Whoa.
2 of them.
I had one.
Being which
talking to an Asian.
Metal case.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that good either.
All right, well, here's what happens when they go find the kid in the arcade.
Incredible.
You should be. You should play that game every single day after school. I think you spent about $6,000 on it so far.
So I see him dancing. Now they're going to approach him.
Hey, kid, you're pretty good. How'd you like to join our dance troupe?
You mean dancing without a machine telling you what to do?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
Dude, we need you.
I can't dance without the machine.
It's all right. My friend Chef is going to coach us.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
All right, that's 3.
Dude, we need a girl.
Huh?
We can't be a dance troupe with just guys. People will think we're fags.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I know just where to go.
So he goes to Raisins.
What is it called again?
Raisins.
Hi!
Welcome to Raisins, 3 of you?
Actually, we were just hoping we could talk to you guys real quick.
You have to buy wings if you want to talk to the Raisins girls.
And so we're putting all the best dancers in South Park together to beat Orange County.
Wow, that sounds great. I always wanted to try my dancing somewhere else.
So you'll do it?
Why not?
All right, we just need one more person.
Hey, we should...
All right, before we introduce the one more person, the savior of our episode here today is our good friend Leopold Stotch, a.k.a. Butters. As we're going to find out that Butters has a history. A tragic history, but he's a tap dancing champion. He was a tap dancing state champion. And unfortunately, in a prior incident, well, his tap dancing shoe comes off and it kills somebody. And since then, he has not tap danced again. But Stan's going to go and try and convince him.
Before we cue up the next scene, I like to point out how this bar scene, this Raisins establishment, goes against everything about child labor.
Yep. Yeah. We did bring that up too on the episode of Raisins. We were like, why is it there's a bunch of underage girls working at this restaurant?
And it's run by a bunch of little underage.
Well, no, that's a dude. That's an adult. You want to talk?
Adult?
That's
the thing that's crazy though.
A security guy.
It's the demographic they're shooting for.
I just thought he was like a big retard kid.
Shit! The demographic they're shooting for is like 10-year-olds and less, right? It's not even like the teenagers.
Right.
It's preteens.
Yeah.
Preteen.
Which doesn't make sense because you can't really get a lot of money out of them at that point.
Yeah, no, unless parents.
I don't know. Butters gives a lot of money.
He does. But Butters is also, a little bit more mature than some of the other fourth graders when it comes to he becomes a pimp.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to be making some real motherfucking money, bitch.
All these girls are out here giving kisses for free when they could be making some motherfucking money.
You know what I am saying?
You know what I am saying? So after this, yes, as you mentioned there, we'll cue it up. Now, Stan, and they approach Butters. I like Butters in this episode. He's got like some of the weirdest songs he sings, like, Lou, 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 you got some apples. Lou, 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 I got some too. Butters.
Lou, 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 I've got some apples. Lou, 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 you've got some too. Lou, Lou, Lou.
Butters, you have some visitors.
Oh, well, hi there, everybody. Butters, listen, there's going to be a competition this Saturday, and we want you to join our troupe.
Wow, neato, a competition? Well, I'd love to. What kind of competition is it?
It's a dance-off. We heard you were tap dancing state champion 2 years ago. No. But you were, weren't you? You went to the Nationals in Nebraska.
For real.
No.
Butters?
We just asked him to join our dance troupe. We heard he was state tap champion.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, kids. It's just that Butters hasn't danced since the tragedy.
The tragedy?
I'm sorry, kids. You'll have to go.
So unfortunately, they're not left with a lot of options. The only option they're left now with is a duck. A duck that dances. That is who is going to be their fifth and final member here. It's a duck that dances to a song called "You Do a Line" of. Basically, it's just he dances to one beat. After you hear it, you'll be able to play it. It's just dang 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 dang. It's that same melody, but the guy just changes the lyrics. Of course, she can dance to all these other songs, but it's just the same melody over and over.
Well, that's because it needs music. Here you go, Jeffy. You do a line and I'll do a line, honey. You do a line and I'll do a line, babe. You do a line and I'll do a line. We'll fight and screw till the morning time.
Fight and screw till the morning time.
You do a line and I'll do a line, honey.
Hey, is that the only song he'll dance to?
No, he'll dance to anything. See? You snort K and I'll snort K, honey. You snort K and I'll snort K, babe. You snort K and
My
I'll
friends,
snort K.
I think we have ourselves a dance troupe.
Honey, baby.
So here's the dance crew. We've got the kid who is, we have to assume is probably of Asian descent because the way they make him in this episode, who's the Dance Revolution kid. We actually do find out that later on in the episode that the goth kid, his mom is actually Asian. So he's part Asian too, but that's not going to be revealed until the goth kids are fighting the emo kids and his parents send him off to the emo camp. You find out his mom's Asian, so you know he's half Asian. Then you got the chick here, of course, who's the raisin stripper, and you've got Stan, the white normal kid. That's their dance crew. But yeah, I didn't even think about it. We didn't find out he was Asian until that episode. I just remember that too. So yes, now they're going to try to dance. Chef tries to dance. Well, actually, let's do a quick clip here. This is Butters having a flashback, and this is we should show this and talk about this clip of the national state champion.
Butters, come on, sweetie. It's gonna be okay. Come on, Butters. You went through a lot of therapy for this. That was almost 2 years ago, sweetie.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
That was Beverly Long from Indianapolis, folks. Let her hear it. All right, and now, dancing to the song I've Got Something in My Front Pocket for You, here is Colorado State Champion Leopold Butters Stotch.
I've got something in my front pocket for you. Why don't you reach down in my pocket and see what it is? Then grab onto it just for you. Give it a little squeeze and say, how do you do? There's something in my front pocket. There's something in my front pocket. There's something in my front pocket.
Hits a light, kills a dude. Bunch of lights fall. Stab the chick. Blood, debris everywhere. Stage falls apart, slices some people. She gets electrocuted trying to help her dead husband. This guy's trying to put his intestines back in his body. She blows up. Some guy gets trampled. So that's why Butters can't join the dance crew.
Covered in blood.
It's always that last guy who gets trampled that literally doesn't have to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if people just pay attention just a little bit, you know.
So the story progresses. Chef's going to try to train these kids. They're not really good because they got a duck and a bunch of people. So Stan once again tries to come back and convince Butters here to join the dance crew one more time because they really need them. This interaction between Butters and Stan is really top-notch writing for South Park, though.
What do you want? I came to ask you one more time to join the crew. Everyone is practicing really hard, but I don't think we have any kind of shot without you.
Sorry, Stan, I'm not a dancer anymore. I gave that up.
Your mom says you were one of the best dancers in the country.
Did she also tell you my dancing got 8 people killed?
Yeah. She said your shoe came off. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, well, you tell that to their families.
Look, Butters, accidents happen. We all have to live with that.
I let those people down. Don't you get it, man? 8 people died.
Well, it was 9, actually. One of the women was pregnant.
What?
And 11 if you count the 2 family members that killed themselves afterwards. But that isn't the point, Butters. The point is that this is now. It's on. And there are people who need you to step up. Look, nobody likes having to rise to a challenge. But competing against other people and getting in their faces saying, haha, I'm better than you is part of life. And if you can't face that, then you might as well just sit here and play with Legos until you're an old man.
Get out of my room, Stan.
Get out of my room, Stan. The conclusion here.
But someday you're gonna have to stop running from what happened and start dealing with it. Otherwise, you might as well move to France with all the other pussies.
Oh, Rick.
I like this with Butters. Some good emotional character development there with Butters. I enjoyed it. What'd you think, Rome?
You get a lot of layers from Butters, you know. He's the full spectrum as far as like all the characters, you know what I mean? Like obviously Cartman, you get a bunch of characters, but with Butters you get like a lot of nuance within that one character.
Right, because he's got that sensitive side to him. He's able to access those feelings. There's some maturation there for sure.
Yeah, that's where you're pointing out how he's more mature and everything. So like that would shine through in his aspects of, you know, delineating between like, you know, like something right and wrong. Like he shouldn't continue dancing because he killed people and now he feels guilty. And whereas most kids would maybe not have that full understanding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comprehension. So
he's got that gooey center inside him that gives him that love and goo that he needs.
Otherwise Tom Brady wouldn't be having any of that.
This is cum.
Butters.
And the emotional maturity of Butters actually like can surprise you sometimes. And you know when he breaks up with his girlfriend, and Stan goes through the whole thing after Wendy breaks up,
he becomes a goth kid. Yeah,
you know, Butters is like, well, I need the pain, so I know the happy. You know,
I need to understand what pain is, so that way I can appreciate, you know, the happy moments that I go through in life, because I know that this pain is going to only be, you know, minimal, or it's only going to be for a short period of time, and then there's going to be other times of happiness. So Butters definitely has that character development and those characteristics that they've at least, you know, wrote for him as a character throughout the entirety of the show.
I understand with the main forecast, you have to have the staple, like, you know, their tropes that they already had built in, but you know, the side characters, they really can flesh out a little bit more, because, you know, like with the main cast, you get to just throughout time, just have more, you know, added layers, but you know, like with one-offs, like, well, you know, I'm not saying Butters is one-off now, but you know, obviously when he first came out,
He was just a background character. Like the first time they introduced Butters was during the Meteor Shower trilogy when him and the other kid were downstairs with Stan. Oh, I have to hang out with the Melvins?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Butters, it was Pip, and it was who becomes Professor Chaos as well. Or no, it's not Professor Chaos, General Disarray. It was those three characters. Hey, Stan, we're down here in the basement. Do you want to play a game? Come on, Stan, you want to play? Don't you think it would be kind of fun? So that was really the early introduction of Butters. So yeah, he was kind of a one-off character until Butters' very own episode, which then they turned him into a full-fledged character itself.
Was Butters in there? It's Inspector Butters on the case.
Inspector Butters is on the case. Okay, so now we're at the OC crew, OC convention, where we're going to have this dance. I want to show the introduction here before we get to the dance, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, whichever crew wins tonight, you want to remember their faces, because the next time you see them will be in Little Kim's next video. Give it up for Little Kim.
Little Kim's video.
Little Kim. This is gonna be a rough battle, y'all. So let's give it up for the OC crew.
All right, we don't need to go through the whole watching of them dance again because we've seen them dance multiple times. Let's see you dance. Now, the duck, unfortunately, though, does cocaine or has a broken leg, so the duck can't perform. So the duck is on ice, as you can see here in this image.
Based on that song.
Yeah, you do a line, I'll do a line, honey. I bet you that guy fucked the duck, probably, is what really happened. He probably really loves that duck. So the duck can't perform now. So the OC kids start their dance. The kids don't have anybody, but then all of a sudden, Butters does show up to save the day. So let's see what happens.
Give us a hot track. Let's see you dance, sucker. You got nothing on me. Let's see you dance.
So the kids are dancing. That'd be the OC crew. Butters showed up. Now they're going to default to Butters because Butters knows how to dance. He starts tap dancing. They're all shocked, and then just like last time,
oh no, it's the shoe.
Shoe comes off, kills the OC crew. Not again. Then all of a sudden,
the whole thing comes down.
This is why we never see the characters again.
It's covered in blood again.
Yeah, it's her.
They got through.
And then everybody watches. It's great,
folks. It looks like the OC crew is dead.
That means
the winner is the South Park Diggities.
South Park Diggities.
All right, we did it.
All right, Butters.
All right, Butters, you did it.
You did it, son.
You did it.
All right, Butters.
Go get it, Butters.
No.
So of course Butters traumatized once again because his
Murder in the third degree.
Murder in the third degree. And that was your full recap there, guys. We'll be back on the other side here with some quick trivia notes and our final thoughts on the episode. We'll be right back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed. You'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Hey guys, we just want to take this quick time out here just to recognize our sponsor. What's that? Well, who's our sponsor?
Baked Boys Club.
Baked Boys Club. TheBakedBoysClub.com.
The Baked Boys Club.
That's right, the Baked Boys Club. You can use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save how much, Joe?
20 motherfucking percent.
20. You heard it right. 20%.
20%.
That's right.
20.
20. That's 1/5 off your order just by typing in Suck My Balls Pod at thebakedboysclub.com. What does the Baked Boys Club have? Well, they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got stickers, tons of different apparel. They've got mystery boxes, and if you use that code, according to Scoop, it brings it down to $49.95. So use Suck My Balls Pod code at thebakedboysclub.com. Baked Boys, not just a brand,
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's right.
It's a lifestyle. I may have been too big to do that.
Attention, this is Mr. Mackey. You're listening to the Suck My Balls podcast from Cut.
This is Eric Cutman from South Park, Colorado, and you're listening to Suck My Balls, a South Park review that That's pretty cool.
And we're back once again. Shout out to our sponsor there, thebakeboysclub.com. Use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save 20% off your order. Bake Boys, not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. We got some trivia here for you here. We've got a lot of trivia, a lot of pop culture references here. No What Did Kenny Say, unfortunately, as, well, he didn't really have any lines in this whole episode at all. So, Scoob, why don't you start us off? Read us some trivia here.
All right. So, in the original airing, the hat that one of the Orange County kids wears has little shit written across it. All subsequent airings, even on the season 8 DVD and the iTunes version, have the hat reading Little Sheep. Huh. That's a bummer. That'd be cool to have. The song playing when the goth kids demonstrate their dance moves from an Untitled DVD composition which resembles 80s pop music and popular goth music. I'm gonna say it kind of sounded like what's that one band? Fuck. They did that song, Cats.
I don't know. Cats?
Fuck. Forget his name.
I don't know. I listen to goth emo music. You're the one that wanted to cut yourself into pieces. This is my last resort.
It was an old, like, 80s type music. Anyway, I'll remember it later. In the background of the arcade, in the scene where Stan recruits Yao, the game Thirst for Blood can be seen in the shot of the DDR kid getting more quarters for the game. Thirst for Blood was the game the boys played on the Okama Gamosphere in episode Cowley.
Thirst for Blood. Oh, yeah, thirst for blood.
Right before Stan's dance crew starts to dance, he is in a brief pose that the boys did in the episode Something You Can Do With Your Finger. In South Park Let's Go Tower Defense Play, I've Got Something in My Front Pocket plays if Butters uses his special ability where he spins around rapidly forming a deadly tornado.
Yep.
Cool. Sharon Marsh said that the boys got served at school, but they really got served
at the True Valley parking lot, yeah.
This is the last episode to show Chef's residence, as it does not appear for the rest of Chef's time on the show.
This is it. This is the last time we see Chef's house because...
we get Scientology episode pretty soon, don't we?
Yeah, he's going to die in season 10.
Yeah.
So it's getting close.
I do like how Chef's house had like those colorful beads that break up the hallways and stuff.
Yeah, I want beads.
Yeah, I know you. That's why I pointed out because like I know you've been wanting those beads for your like walkways.
I do want the beads.
These are pretty cool.
It's just something from the 90s and 80s,
right? I was telling. Well, I hung out. I mentioned this. I was going to mention this to you later. I hung out with Brandon last night, and I was telling Brandon, I was like, man. He was like, you in Rome, you guys like collect stuff, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, what made you guys get into that? I was like, being broke as kids and not being able to buy shit. So now we can buy it. It's like, my mom wouldn't buy this for me because we were broke. So now I can buy this shit for myself.
The battle between the Orange County crew and the South Park Diggities takes place at the Orange County Convention Center. While there is an Orange County Convention Center located in Florida, in reality, the major convention center for Orange County, California, where the crew is from, would be the Anaheim Convention Center. Also, the Orange County Convention Center in the episode appears to be based on the Los Angeles Convention Center, specifically the South Hall building and walkway above Pico Boulevard. They have it down to the street. The fuck?
Well, actually, from what I've learned just working in entertainment industry, Pico Boulevard is a very like famous spot. Like the company in which I work at, they previously worked in the Los Angeles area on Pico Boulevard. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I actually did a karate tournament at the South Hall building at the LACC.
Oh shit, boy!
Did you win?
Oh yeah, no, I got second place. But it was still fine.
That's fine.
It was one of my first tournaments as a.
Is that the one tournament you told me about the kid cheating? You didn't know you could cheat.
Well, this is a tournament where at the time, like you were only allowed to punch underneath the chin, above the waist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my first fight, kid comes out, starts punching me in the face, specifically aiming for my face, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm getting punched in the face. I haven't been practicing to block my face, man. I've been covering points right here. You know what I mean? But, I ended up winning that match, obviously, because he got disqualified. But then after that, I was prepared. Not to get punched in the face anymore. I mean, I was crying and stuff, man. I was not expecting it.
Right?
Okay, if I was expecting, it's different,
It's a different story, but when you're not.
but like you're expecting to get punched in the chest and stuff because that's the regulation. But then you get punched in the face twice in a row, like expecting like maybe the first one was an accident, right? Like you,
right? Like
you
you
didn't
your
mean
hand
to
up
punch
there,
me
I
in
was
the
like, oh, my
face.
bad.
But then the second time come around, punches me in the face dead on again. I'm like, okay, oh hell no, this is not right.
It's not right.
I'm not trained for this.
I actually thought the convention center personally looked similar to the Denver Convention Center only because I happened to see it, but maybe it was more loosely based off the OC setup with the arena, like the Anaheim area. Yeah. Finish up the pop trivia there for a scoop.
In the film that inspired this episode, You Got Served, the final dance battle actually takes place inside the Los Angeles Convention Center.
Right.
In the later episode, Bloody Mary, Stan mentions that his father is hypochondriac.
A hypochondriac, yeah.
This may explain why he was hospitalized after
being served.
While the boys are in Chef's house, a picture of Isaac Hayes can be seen.
Rest in peace, Isaac Hayes, who got sucked into Scientology. Fucking Scientology, that call. All right, here's some references to pop culture. So the song that's used when the kids first get served, Dance Sucka, is a parody of Shake That Ass. Shake That Ass. Watch yourself. In the creator's commentary for this episode, Matt Stone mentions that inspiration for this episode came when he went to watch the 2000 film You Got Served at the Magic Johnson Theater in South Central and Los Angeles with Trey Parker, staff, and the writer Kyle McCullough and Kyle's girlfriend. He states that the film is the worst film in the world, but watching it with the entirely black audience and seeing them get out of their seats and dance in the aisles made it a fun movie experience. Awesome. According to the audio commentary, South Park co-creator Matt Stone met You Got Served producer Billy Polina at the bar after this episode aired, where Polina said that he loved the spoof. A lot of I've seen a lot of celebrities that love to get roasted on South Park. The ones that don't are the ones that take it way too personally,
like Matt Damon.
But it's interesting because you have people that like you would think that would hate to get in like a whole episode dedicated.
I would love to get
like Caesar Milan, Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer or whatever, like the whole episode where he's the nanny whisperer for Cartman. Like he goes, there's a whole video like that 2 million views where he's watching it and he loves it. He's like, they did me so well here. Like some people love it when South Park make fun of them, and
right. You know, most people probably do not understand that it's like, you know, like the most I guess flattering thing is when someone like copies you, right? Like,
so unless it's a whole episode dedicated to bashing out Mel Gibson for The Passion of the Jew, which we just reviewed.
They still love him.
Give me back my money. Give me back my money.
I mean, after that episode, he came out with What Women Want. Great movie.
Really? Was that after?
He had to do What Women Want, though, after the backlash of him being an anti-Semite. Yeah.
That was actually, you know, I hate to say it, though. Yeah, What Women Want was actually a pretty good fucking movie.
It's a decent movie.
Sorry.
It's a decent
sorry, but it was a good movie.
So the title... The title of this episode specifically parodies the film's title and catchphrase, You Got F'd in the A. The Orange County crew challenging Stan and then telling him that he got served is based on the antagonist of the film, Wade, who is from Orange County, and he names his team Wade's Crew. Little Sheep is named after Little Saint. The dance competition in the film is called Big Bounce, while a banner that reads Bounce even can be seen in the front as inside the Orange County Convention Center in this episode. Rapper Little Kim is seen in the film as one of the hosts of the competitions as one of the prizes, including performing in her music video for this episode. The host of the competition this episode is modeled after dancer Wade Robinson, who was the other host in the movie. The stage for the dance competition is modeled after the inside of the LA Convention Center, where the final dance takes place, and the OC coach is partial modeled after Mr. Rad. Other films that are lampooned in this episode include Save the Last Dance, being Butters quitting dancing because of an accident, just like Julia Stiles quitting because her mom died in a car crash, as well as 8 Mile, a snippet of the song that we heard of Eminem's Lose Yourself plays for a few seconds when Stan, of course, has to come to the terms that he's going to have to dance for his dad's honor. The name of the arcade, Flynn's Sinistercade, is a reference to Flynn's, the one Jeff Bridges character owned in the movie Tron Sinistar. It is also the name of the early 1980s video game that was similar to Asteroids. The posters of Lamont's dance studio in the scene where Chef tries to train Stan and dance troupe are Viva Ballet, which is a reference to a chorus line, Felines, which is a reference to cats, and Le Cercle Soleil, which is a reference to Cirque du Soleil. The deaths of the people in the Butters flashback are similar to the deaths shown in the films as well, that being Ghost Ship, the man and woman getting cut in half by a swift falling cable, Saving Private Ryan, which you pointed that out, the bisected man collecting his organs as he bleeds to death. Carrie, the woman getting electrocuted by the stage light that fell on her husband. And Final Destination with the man getting crushed by the stage light and the woman getting impaled by the rafters. And a couple last things here. The episode references to Charles Whitman and the Texas Clock Tower massacre. When Butters is informed that one of the women killed in the accident was pregnant and two of the survivors later committed suicide. That's funny. The final lines of this episode, well, it's not funny. They died. It's a funny reference. The final lines of this episode where Butters is screaming, no, no, whilst being praised is similar to the final scene of Evil Dead 2, complete with the Rami cam shot in Butters' mouth. The paper Butters reads from his box states that 8 people died in the accident, whilst when Butters has a flashback, there are clearly more than 8 people dead.
Yeah, clearly.
Right? And then finally, when Stan asks Butters to join his crew again, Butters is playing with Legos, which Legos, Leggos, which is a parody, of course, of Lego. And we don't really go over goofs, but there was a hidden visitor spotting in this episode after Butters' tap dancing incident occurred, thus killing the OC crew. If you can see in the crowd cheering, there is a visitor present. So that is some of your trivia pop culture. There is, as we mentioned, no what did Kenny say? And there wasn't a lot of continuity because this was just kind of a one-off parody type episode. Rome, in general, what did you think of this episode as far as F'd in the A?
All right. Before I get into that thought, all right, I do want to mention how in the movie You Got Served, right? Because this is a parody of that movie, right? Mm-hmm. You know how they have like a side job where they have to like pick up bags, to make money or something. They never talk about how that's probably like drugs or something.
Right.
I'm not saying that's really important for this episode, but I just always thought, like, as a kid when I watched that movie, I was like, what is going on here? Like, what are they standing in the dark with like 3 duffel bags and he's about to get jumped for this stuff? You know, his homie gets jumped and then now like they have to avenge him.
Right. That was the whole point of the dancing. Yeah,
that was the point of the whole dance, like the whole
movie, right?
For them. But as far as the episode, I mean, like, when you reference it and date it to you know the 2004 movie and stuff, is, I mean, Splitting Image exactly what you want to see when like you're making fun of something exactly like that. All the references were great. I really like the little sheep hat thing going on. Right? I do like all the plugs of new characters, like just expecting us to accept that, like, you know, hey, we have all these black people.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of nowhere.
They just came out of nowhere.
But like the whole thing about that is like in a dance battle like type setting, right? You kind of need the black people to be hype, right? Otherwise, you probably wouldn't normally see the town of South Park being like,
probably not.
You know,
it's true.
It's true.
But it was like those random black characters.
No, that's a good point. Like you bring up, like it's like I think the black culture itself, as far as excitement, laughter, it's very infectious whenever you're around. Like when me and Brandon went out to dinner last night, we walked into this place and this black guy on the phone was just laughing, and Brandon was like, "I want to know what he's laughing about," because it's just so infectious. Like
it's definitely like, you know, like an homage, more like hey, this is really cool part of that kind of culture.
Right, exactly. What'd you think, Ian? What'd you think about this episode? You got F'd in the A.
Man, he covered it pretty much everything that would have been. I just the only thing he didn't mention was Lil' Kim. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
the Lil' Kim in there, and the hat, Little Sheep. I wish it would have said Little Shit. That would have been funny, but.
I think the highlight for me in this episode in general is just Randy as a character. Him overreacting at the beginning. No, that's crap, Sharon. Like
that's crap, Sharon.
Because, you know, as you mentioned, it's like defending yourself. Yeah. You have to defend yourself. What do you mean you sit there and just took it?
Right.
Right. And then I like the fact of his hypochondriac, him being beat up by a serving that he ends up in the hospital. And that's what like ignites Stan to have to go start this dance troupe.
I like this reoccurring thing that happens with Stan in particular in like almost every episode of South Park. Almost every. Where for some reason he has like a call to action. The hero's journey. He always has to go through a hero's journey.
Yeah, he does do a lot of the call to action. And they did reference that kind of in the in post-COVID part 1 when Stan and Kyle and them are all arguing, and Stan's like, fine, I'll do it just like I have to do everything else around here. And Kyle's like, it's not that you have to do everything else. So he's like, oh yeah, then why the fuck am I doing it? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like Stan, you're right. Stan constantly has that call to action.
Has to, like, it's always that same trope. You know, there's that reluctance to go back. You know what I mean? Like, and every hero has to go through.
Even when they like reset the timeline and everything and fix it, Stan was in, what was he, in the Navy or something like that?
Yeah, he comes home from the Navy.
Yeah, he comes home.
Call to action. Yeah, or whatever Space Force it would have been. They never really say, but they kind of allude to it.
Whatever it was. Yeah, he was in the military.
Military comes back. Yeah, he's called to action. That's a good call out. That's good point. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another edition of
Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Suck my balls.
Suck My Balls, the South Park review. I, of course, am your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is dry, your boy, MSG. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Matthew_Shatter. You can also check us out as a podcast by going to link.tr/EE/South Park Pod, Linktree, or just type that into Google, South Park Pod. You'll find all of our links. So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Suck My Balls Pod, and on Facebook at South Park Pod. Of course, from my boy here, Scoop.
How about?
Got anything to plug?
How about just follow me? Oh wait, no, my Twitter got banned because I called someone stupid or whatever it was. I told Matt about it earlier. It was the dumbest fucking shit that and I didn't even feel like deleting.
He just like tweeted out like a fact or something, and somebody was like, blah, blah, and they reported him, and he got deleted or something. It's Twitter.
Okay. It is Twitter, and it was like pure fact too.
It was pure fact.
Yeah. So, never mind. I don't got nothing to plug anymore. My bad.
Rome, what would you like to plug? Plug all your social media, your podcasts, your channels.
So you can go ahead and check me out. I got like this whole Reddit thing going on. It's WinninRome 11. Check me out there for like my like gaming stuff. Also have the TenMenPodcast you guys can check out on any platform, you know, Spotify, whatever, Apple Podcasts, you know, the works, right? And also my YouTube channel, right? We got you know, a lot of fun bowling stuff, a lot of anime stuff, a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of my own music. You know, eventually we'll have, you know, our like projects that we have been collectively working on together, Matthew, me, and Scoop, you know, a bunch of other dudes. We're just all creative, trying to work and network, trying to get stuff going, you know, for more entertainment and stuff. But yeah, check out WinninRome on YouTube. That's WinninRome, like the pun, WinninRome. And then, like I said, 10-Man-Podcast. All right. Thanks, guys.
There you go, you guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of Suck My Balls. We'll be back next week with episode number 119. And boy, is it a good one because, well, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so awesome.
And I got the fucking shoes. I got the awesome shoes.
Bleak.
You didn't even see them. I'll show them to you after this. It's pretty sweet. Bye.